FBI agents have arrested a National Guardsman suspected of being behind a major leak of U.S.-sensitive data, including about the war in Ukraine. Investigators are now probing one of the most damaging leaks of classified information since the 2013 dump of National Security Agency documents by Edward Snowden. Now, footage of the operation in southern Massachusetts showed the suspect dressed in red shorts and a T-shirt with his hands behind his head. Rifle-armed, camouflage-clad law enforcement personnel took him into custody. U.S. Attorney General named the suspect as Jack Teixeira, an employee of the Air Force National Guard. He is reportedly the leader of the online chat group where the document trove first emerged.
Today, the Justice Department arrested Jack Douglas Teixeira in connection with an investigation into alleged unauthorized removal, retention, and transmission of classified national defense information. Teixeira is an employee of the United States Air Force National Guard.
Now, the U.S. National Guard Bureau said Teixeira enlisted in 2019 and is an IT and communications specialist who reached the rank of Airman First Class. In the United States, the Airman First Class is the third lowest rank for enlisted Air Force personnel. He was expected to make an initial appearance in Massachusetts federal court as early as Friday. The Pentagon spokesperson said that the leak of classified documents, it's a deliberate criminal act.
I want to emphasize that this was a deliberate criminal act to violate those guidelines and rules in the same way that if you locked your front door and somebody came into your house and took something, you followed your procedures and you locked your door, but somebody went in your house and took something and put it out on the street. That's what we're talking about here.
U.S. President Joe Biden said that he was not aware of there being anything contemporaneous in the leaked intelligence documents. In a briefing, the White House secretary said that they did not discuss the leak with UK Prime Minister Rishi Sunak when the two leaders met this week.
Are you concerned about the leak?
Well, I'm not concerned about the leakages, and I'm concerned that it happened. But there's nothing contemporaneous that I'm aware of that is of great consequence.
Now, this breach, which includes top-secret documents, reportedly reveals the United States' unease over the viability of a counter-offensive by Kiev's forces against Russian troops. Reports suggest that the leaked papers also reveal concerns about Ukrainian air defenses and point to U.S. spying on allies, including Israel and South Korea. The leaks also reportedly suggest U.S. spying on the UN chief over Russia. And here's what the United Nations spokesperson had to say.
The Secretary General has been at his job for quite some time. He's been in politics and a public figure for quite some time. So he's not surprised, I think, that by the fact that people are spying on him and listening on his private conversations. Unfortunately, either for various reasons, it allows such private conversations to be distorted and made public.
Now, some analysts say the greater concern for U.S. authorities would be Russia and other adversaries figuring out how information was collected or who collected it. It would affect the United States' ability to support Ukraine with the effective intelligence that they've enjoyed since before the war began.
The greatest worry of the effect the leak could have on the war in Ukraine is not the content of the information. Much of that could have been obtained from open sources like military bloggers, could be guessed by the trajectory of events or individual countries' stances toward the war. Of greater concern would be Russia or other adversaries figuring out how information was collected or who collected it, called sources and methods. This would affect the U.S.'s ability to support Ukraine with the effective intelligence they've enjoyed since before the war's start.
Now, the alleged leaker reportedly went by the nickname OG and regularly posted documents in an online chat group. U.S. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin issued a statement praising the Justice Department and the FBI for swift arrest. Our correspondent Susan Tehrani explains the developments as well. Let's listen in.
The FBI arrested that suspected leaker in the classified document case without incident on Thursday. According to reports, the FBI had to move faster than anticipated, considering the fact that it was monitoring the suspect after media reports revealed his name as Jack Teixeira and information about that suspect. 21-year-old Teixeira was, of course, not of high ranks, raising the question on how he had so much information to classified documents. He did work in the intelligence wing of the National Guard unit in Massachusetts, and from the government perspective, they now have a suspect in custody they can question and hope that this is where the leak ends, and that he was an individual working alone and not with other individuals. However, it's not clear whether or not that is the case and if this is just the tip of the iceberg and there will be more revelations. While President Biden has downplayed the incident and the intelligence shared by this suspect, lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have raised concern. Susan Tehrani reporting from New York for WION World This One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.